Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back. And the market is still down right now, pretty much to the zone that I've been talking about, that in the early days of November you're just going to see a little bit of a shake off, and it's happening, right? So there's a lot of shake off going on right now. So we're back into the demand box, and this is something that I think all of you guys should keep an eye on. And we're super down on the RSI. The divergence is still there. We do have a wick that is quite dangerous right now, 304 at the moment. And if you do come down, take 304, man, you're gonna go maybe 78, and you're gonna see a very, very big fall in the prices of PEPE now, which I hope doesn't really happen, because in my opinion there's too much fear. November itself is not a bad month, but what do I know? A lot of surprises can always come on the way. We can always expect we could be surprised out of nowhere. We have been surprised here. 300 and 300 level is something that even I didn't expect that we're going to have, but it happened. The week happened. It took a lot of stop losses out there. People are now afraid. They're scared. Anyone who was trying to buy is just being thrown away. Too much manipulation. Bitcoin was pumping. In fact, if you just look at this data from 27 May, and for some reason if we go to Bitcoin and we see the past data from 27 of May, right? So Bitcoin here has been pumping up. Look at that. This was Bitcoin behavior. But when you go back into PEPE, it is just the complete opposite, right? Complete opposite. And it seems as if Bitcoin drops, definitely everything is just going to drop down. But if Bitcoin starts to pump, then okay, maybe Bitcoin will pump, others are not going to pump. If we now go with the logic that Bitcoin pump and altcoins are going to pump, then we should be sitting at all-time high for so many coins. Yes, crypto is, unfortunately, there is a very high degree of scam going on, okay? And that is the truth about it. This thing is being controlled. There's a separate entity, Mr. President is involved. His kid is making a lot of money, by the way, doing all the inside game and whatnot. Yeah, so I think, but anyways, if we just stick to technical analysis, which is the whole point of the video, well, I think we're still at a very, very important support structure. Demand zone right now. Demand box is exactly where buyers really step in to purchase the coin. They've done it very, very many times before. If this one is going to be the same, then we should be good to go to the upside. I still stick with the view that we could be looking at 1500 price target later on, maybe even by November, by December. But I'm pretty sure that, you see, today is just 3rd of November, right? November started, it's only been 3 days. And I was expecting, it was highly expected that the first days of November is definitely going to start off a little bit dramatic. Take more stop losses, force people just to build even more short position, and then from there start to move back up to the upside one more time. Right, so now let's actually do a Ethereum conversation here, because last time that I made the update, I think I gave you a technical target of 6144. Ethereum has been struggling to break above this one trend line for a long time, and it has been at the $4,000 department. So there was a rejection. We saw rejection here, and this started back in 11 March 2024. It's almost going to be 2 years, pretty much sure it's 1.5 years, and you have this another resistance. You made another resistance, and then eventually you successfully broke it, and then you came to 4,000 or 5,000 level, and then from here it started to retrace down. And I think that all you're trying to do is turn this resistance here into support. And I think that if you start to go below some certain prices, for example, if we make it all the way down to 3360, then we might be looking at Ethereum dropping a little bit more further down below that. Otherwise, I think we're still good to go. And if we could just pick up a little bit very, very soon, then we should be good to go to $6,000 by the end of the year. Let's do another one, and we're going to do like a Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is, again, still the same thing as Ethereum. You had your pattern here where you got rejection, went down, a break to the upside, and you have been double back testing. I think this is more better on the weekly. So I'm going to actually switch into the weekly time frame and show you the weekly. Okay, so you see the weekly here shows a little bit of break, move down, break, move down, another try of a break, and eventually you actually got the break eventually, and now you're coming down again, coming down like this. And if we're good, if we're going to hold the support as usual, then we should be good to move to the upside. I think the EMAs are also supporting the prices right now. So if you check the EMAs, we're just a little bit below the 10 and 20, but that is normal because the last time you were below the 10 and 20, you consolidated and pump up. You're below the 10 and 20, consolidated, pump up again, and now you're a little bit below the 10 and 20. You could continue sideways, and then you could start another rally. And if you do so, I think we should be moving on to $140,000, maybe even to this upper trend line, $150,000 by December, if things just go the way they look like right now. So that is Bitcoin, and let's go to Bonk. Right, so this one, I think, so I've actually talked about it before, and the thing with Bonk is that what I was talking about in yesterday's update as well is there are two places where Bonk can eventually retrace up. If we go with higher time frame, this does look like a buy zone. Anywhere between 12 and 1,000, 1,200 and 1,000 does look like a place to buy, and any place between 4,000 and 3,800 here just looks like the place to sell. Now this is actually a very good trading opportunity, especially for those people who are into, what do you call this, swing trading, right? People who are actually interested in holding the coin for a couple of months or maybe a couple of weeks. They're actually going to love this type of setup because this is definitely not a short-term, setup right now. You're actually sitting or about to sit at a very big support zone. Now I wouldn't be surprised if it actually pushes to 981. I could still be expecting that, and if you just push to maybe 980, I would actually try to trade again. If it does come down to 980, I think it's going to be a very, very solid entry opportunity. Last time we actually got some entries at 900 as well, and it really proved very good for us. We had 45% win from Bonk that time, and it was a good time to buy because now again you're trying to go down there again. You can see the RSI is super low at the moment. So yeah, the prices do look they're down. I do still expect that we will have a response to the upside. This has been just on a downtrend for many days. This started back in July. Yeah, so from July all the way to like November now. How many months are this? 5 months. You have been on a constant downtrend. You've just been pumping up and down in the middle. But yes, for 5 months, you've just been going all the way down and lower. So I do believe that if not all of a sudden, maybe slowly but surely, you're going to start to maybe, do something like this and go back all the way to the upside one more time in the future. And that's it for this update today. I'm going to see you in the next one. Love.